to start us off for this show, we are going to talk about The Fighter.
The Fighter, which is basically peak Mark Wahlberg casting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
So this movie it's based on a true story, as it tells you very early on, based on the story of boxer Mickey Ward. To just read right off of IMDb, a fledgling boxer who tries to escape the shadow of his more famous but troubled older boxing brother and get his own shot at greatness.
Yes, and his older brother, Dickie, although Ward's not his last name, Dickie Eklund. He's played by Christian Bale. And of course, what I find funny is that Christian Bale is playing Mark Wahlberg's older brother, but Mark Wahlberg is actually 3 years older than Christian Bale.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, and of course, rounding out the cast, we've got you have Amy Adams, who's playing Wahlberg's girlfriend. Somebody just got a text. And you also got Melissa Leo, who I don't know if I've ever seen her in anything before, but she plays their mom. And just a quick note: both Christian Bale and Melissa Leo won Oscars for their roles in this movie. Yeah. And hey, Ninja, good to see you.
Hey, man.
But yeah. So basically, the as DB pointed out, the plot is Mickey is trying to make his own boxing career. And of course, Dickie, he was famous because he knocked out Sugar Ray Leonard, who, if you don't know who Sugar Ray Leonard is, he was one of the great, what was he, lightweight boxer or middleweight boxer. He's one of the greatest boxers of all time. And of course, that's like Dickie's one big claim to fame. But then after that, his career fizzled out, and then he spirals into an hard addiction to crack cocaine.
Which cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yes, it is, and crack is even worse. As we saw in that Wesley Snipes movie. What was it? I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, and so basically the whole movie is Mickey trying to balance out the life, his family life and his boxing life, and then him kind of coming to the realization that his family, like his brother and his mom, aren't really doing him any favors in terms of his boxing career, so he has to make a shift. And that shift, of course, causes a lot of tension because he comes from the family's huge. I mean, you got all these. They have all these sisters. They got like 8 sisters, and they're all from like different dads, and it's a very mixed, blended family. And I had a hard time keeping track of like who was whose full sister, half sister, and all that.
Yeah. I would say it's largely irrelevant to enjoying the movie.
Yeah,
you just have to know big, messy family.
Yes, with a lot of problems. Yeah.
And the real problem is that they're all kind of parasites off of whoever's boxing at the time because there's no sign of other income.
Right.
They're exactly. Kind of hanging out around their house in Boston.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, I would say that I think the main driver of this movie are the performances from the different actors, whether it's Wahlberg or Bale or Amy Adams or any of them. That's I think kind of the big selling point of the movie, and also the of course, I mean it is kind of that old underdog story that we see a lot in sports movies and just with American culture in general.
Right. This is definitely chasing that Rocky high because
Yes.
it's just slightly different, rundown East Coast city, a slightly different accent.
Yeah. And yeah, the other thing too, the movie was directed by David O. Russell, who he's also done he's actually done quite a few movies with Bale, like American Hustle, that Dick Cheney movie. What was the other one he did? Well, they got the John Madden movie that's coming out next year with Bale is playing Al Davis, who was the owner of the Oakland Raiders,
and Nicolas Cage as Madden himself.
As man, yeah, yeah. Which I mean, it looks like he's pulling that off pretty well.
Now, of course, Bale's there like, what, you didn't gain 100 pounds to play the role? Amateur.
Yeah.
Because Bale's kind of known for his transformations.
Yeah.
So I'll admit that I haven't seen all that many Bale movies outside of his Batman work, which I have a complicated opinion on.
Yeah.
But he was great in this one. Like the character is basically playing like a washed up high school athlete who can't stop clinging to his former glory. It's like if Uncle Rico from what do you call it? Napoleon Dynamite had ever actually accomplished something instead of just being a potential all those years.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And I'm enough of a sweet summer child that in the scene where they're smoking stuff,
Yeah.
they had a cigarette they had a cigarette inside of it that they were like putting inside of a
water bottle.
And I was like, oh, is he trying to stop it from smelling up the place? Not realizing that was paraphernalia.
Yeah.
But I need to look up the actual history that this is based on, because there's one thing that keeps happening is that when Bale doesn't want his mom to know, like, or he's trying to get out the back of the building, he just drops down onto a pile of garbage that is always conveniently there.
Yeah.
And it's almost cartoon. Like, it happens at least twice. I think it's just twice, right?
Yeah, it happens twice. Yeah, and it's very cartoonish. Yeah,
like he just gets up, like maybe like a little bit of a limp, and I just keep thinking to myself, okay, that probably happened once, but I can't see anybody surviving that repeatedly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, or the other scene that got me was when Bale's outside of Amy Adams' apartment and he's hitting the buzzer to try to, like, so she'll let him in or talk to him, and she's just like cussing him out, and he keeps hitting the buzzer like in between cuss words.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Speaking of Amy Adams, dang, real glow up for this movie.
Oh yeah. Say. Yes. Yeah.
The camera loves her in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not enough of a connoisseur of East Coast accents to know if it's actually good, but I found it a believable enough accent that she was pulling off, and it was she was a firecracker, like a lot of fun in this one.
Oh yeah, she was. Yeah, I like her better in this than I did in the DC movies.
Oh, absolutely. Insofar as she actually had a good script to work with.
Well, yeah.
And you said that Melissa Leo won an Academy Award for this one?
Yeah.
I can see why. That was she managed to portray somebody who, just like a very manipulative woman who, I think she believed that she loved her son, was doing what was best for him, even as she was using him as a meal ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and of course the whole, her whole dynamic with Bale's character, where it's just like, she knows he has a problem, but she doesn't know, like, but she's like just in complete denial about it. Yeah.
Right, which, it's hard for a mother to understand what's going on, like, or to fully understand, like, that their kid is as bad as it seems.
Yeah.
Like, because they just want to see their special little guy. Like I know somebody who indirectly know somebody who has like I want to say 17-year-old kid with Down syndrome, and apparently she will occasionally just refer to well when he moves out and he'll need his own car at some point, and it's like he's nonverbal. Like
Yeah.
Like you want to think that he's going to go on and do that stuff, but it's not realistic.
Yeah.
So it's just a similar sort of blind spot here.
Yeah. And and Ninja, it takes place in Lowell, Massachusetts, and I don't know where that is. I'm assuming it's near Boston.
Massachusetts isn't that big of a state, so that's a reasonable guess, depending on your definition of near.
Yeah. Yeah, and the other part of it too is there's the beginning of the movie. There's a documentary crew that's filming, that's following Dickie around, and he tells everybody that, oh, they're filming me because I'm getting ready to make my comeback, and and they're following me around for that, and then you find out that, well, no, it's they're following him around because they want to show the dangers of crack addiction.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
Kirk, we kind of dismissed Mark Wahlberg's performance earlier. There's a reason that he didn't win the Academy Award for this. That is just that he is not the world's greatest actor. Like, sometimes you can get a really nice performance out of him, like out of that, what was it, Four Sons, Three Kings? What was it?
Four Sons, yeah.
Was it really called Four Sons?
Yeah, where they in Detroit, where they're like, they're avenging their foster mom, yeah. Or was it? Yeah, I think it was called Four Sons.
That doesn't. There's a World War II era movie called Four Sons.
It was for something. Let me look here real quick.
Four Brothers. That's it.
Four Brothers. That's okay.
Sometimes you get like a nice performance like that, where it's just very well suited to the movie. Sometimes you get The Happening, which, to be fair, nobody could have made those lines sound better. But
what? No,
you're eyeing my lemon drink.
Ninja says Lowell is north of Boston, okay, near Lexington and Concord.
Okay, so it's the same way that if I told someone where I was from, I would just say Seattle to avoid a headache of, what's a Redmond?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyhow, now this is like so he's like one of those actors where you aren't going to get a Shakespearean performance out of him, or especially nuanced performance out of him. But if you put him in the right role, he will sing. And this is Symphony.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
Perfectly within his range. You feel for him. You can believe that he is a good fighter. You can believe that he's feeling what he's feeling. He can communicate the complicated emotions, because basically he's from an extremely abusive background when you get down to it.
Oh yeah. The word toxic comes to mind.
And so, and it is basically about like the movie is true to like the feelings that people have when they come from those sorts of backgrounds, where it's like, well, on the one hand, I know that they did me wrong, but on the other hand, I love them and I want them to be around. So it's just very strange.
Yeah. And I can understand that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely recommend this movie. It's currently on Paramount Plus.
Yep. And is there any other thoughts? Anything else that was interesting? Nope. That about covers it, I think. It's just a solid. What I will say is that it's a bit like the Iron Claw, except that you won't feel like slitting your wrists afterwards.
Yes. Yes, it's not nearly as depressing as that movie.
In fact, I was kind of expecting things to go a bit darker than they actually did.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah, yeah.
Like there was a character where I said, "Oh, they're gonna just die in the third act to like add some pathos to whatever last fight Wahlberg is in," but nope.
Yeah, yeah.